I ain't scared of you motherfuckers. I'm on it.
We'll do it live. Fuck it.
Welcome back to another episode of West of Nowhere. I'm Levi.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Angelica.
Christ, okay. It's like,
I thought we were going with increasing volume this time.
Right? Yeah.
I like it. Shane sounded confused, as always, about who he is. And...
The last time we whispered, my audio didn't pick up anyway.
Yeah, there was nothing I could do about that. I tried. It just made it. It made it. Like, I tried to like make it loud enough, and it just was like. I was like, okay, cool.
Yep.
I like how it was like timid, quiet, and then Shane was like, maybe? And then you're just like, I'm Angelica. Like, all right, well, we know who the confident one is in the group today.
There we go.
Yep. Patrons?
Patrons
The patron
All right.
saints of the West of Nowhere.
of the West of Nowhere. All right, Adam Pacino, Keanu Reeves, Tony Burgess, Miles Glenn, Sam Norton, None Your Business, Colby Jordan, Jade Marsh, Uncle Steve, Natalie Tacarante, Mark Stadler, Kylie Gangwish, Alec Ricks, Colby Jordan again, and then Colton, Computer Fan Noise.
Pre-record joke. Yeah, I like it. Oh boy. Well, that's a steady list, and the fact that nobody's dropped off is pretty cool. Have we lost anybody since the merger? I don't think so. Have we?
No.
That's pretty fucking cool.
And to be fair, I think the only person that we've ever actually gained as a subscriber and then lost was on Westbine. There was that guy. It was like something Farmer Jr. Can't remember his first name.
Oh, yeah.
He was a subscriber.
I mean, didn't
for like all of a month.
Dakota subscribe for a second and then stop?
That's right.
Well,
Actually, we can't. You know what? Let's go back with people who used to date people that we know that
Yeah.
were subscribers and then left. All right. So then there was there was Dakota, which he didn't technically date you, but it was spicy for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, spicy.
And then there was that girl.
Which I'm surprised he stopped subscribing
I know. I'm gonna
he's like my best friend now.
message him and be like, "Yo, what the fuck?"
What the fuck's his deal? He's not gonna
And then-
subscribe after listening to this. I'll tell you that.
All right.
He's
And
gonna
then
be like, you guys just talk shit on me. What the fuck?
and then there was that girl Lynn. Remember we had her on the show,
Oh.
the whitest kid you
Oof.
know.
Yeah.
That was some interesting language.
Dude, oh, I know, right? She was like, one was a ginger and one. She's like, they were twins, but one was a ginger and one was colored. And I was like, whoa, I don't think you can say that.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say like so many other things other than color. Holy shit. Have you ever seen the movie The Goods?
Yes.
Oh man, when the old dude's talking, he's like, they're all like doing this like, oh, like this is what I've learned and blah blah blah, and he's like, I remember a time when you could call women gals and he called coloreds coloreds, and they're like,
Oh,
all right, what else? He's like, that's it. I thought we were opening up here. He's just like, Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway, I digress.
I digress.
What do we do next? Oh, the link trees, the trees of links.
Yep.
Links tree.
If you want to become a supporter and get your name on that fantastic list that Shane reads out at the beginning of every episode, you can go to patreon.com/westofnowhere and sign up. $1, $5, whatever you want. There's higher tiers than $5 too,
Yeah, there's
right?
10.
We made that
Yeah,
special
and you
for
could-
Mark and Colby.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
Mark's like, I
Yeah,
got
if
all
you wanna
this
join the
fucking
race,
money.
is-
Goddamn nurses.
Yes. If you want to support us and help us keep being better, then you can go over to patreon.com/westofnowhere or linktree/wokpod. It is linked in the description or on the screen if you're on our YouTube channel. Our website's up there, our socials up there, the Patreon link is up there, and all of the places you can listen to us are.
Yeah.
All the things.
And eventually we'll get our
Now-
shit together and get some merch.
Merch.
Yeah.
Yep.
In the event that somebody does not have money but wants to support us, Levi, what can they do?
can leave some fantastic reviews so people can see our stuff in places such as Apple Podcasts, and also you could just like stuff on YouTube, but you can go to our Facebook page and leave a review there too. Yeah.
I like it.
And there's also a post on the Facebook every week if you just want to have a conversation about what you hear.
Yeah, it was kind of.
Yes.
Because she'll be there.
Feature specifically added for
Yeah,
Kylie.
literally.
But anybody else can
Yeah.
join her.
Yeah, I wish somebody would. I don't like her talking to herself. She looks crazy when she does it. She's crazy anyway, but she looks crazy when she does it, so it's fine. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
it, right? That's all the
That's
things.
it. That's
all right,
everything.
see you later. No.
It's your turn for news, Levi.
Oh boy. So I have a just random plethora of stuff that's so all over the place. Are you guys super excited for this or what?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So,
I'm here for it.
story number 1. Juneteenth, a federal holiday. What's Juneteenth, you might ask? Well, that is one of the celebrations of the ending of slavery in the United States. Now, why Juneteenth, which is June 19th? Well, there's like fucking 40 dates related to slavery getting ended because, the guy with the top hat was like, I got a proclamation, it's about emancipation, and then a whole like section of the country didn't listen. And so there's like a war about it. And then they lost, and then so they they're like, we fucking surrender. So there's that date, there's the date of the Emancipation Proclamation, there's the date of when people were like enforcing slavery being banned, there's the date when the last states officially, like, there's so many dates, so they were like, this is the one. And this date is when a Major General Gordon Granger issued an order to the Union's army to the people of Texas, which was the last Confederate state holding out, to basically enforce that you're not allowed to have slaves anymore. So, fast forward however many math years to 2021, and we made it a federal holiday. Now, what's the news about this, right? It's like, okay, well, I mean, seems like a pretty cool thing, right? Well, you would think that, but there's a bunch of people who are like, fuck that. What do we need another holiday for? There's some people who are complaining because, oh, this is just another day for people to get paid day off, blah, 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 because it's a federal holiday. Then there's other people who are like, oh, you're trying to steal the 4th of July's thunder. I see how you are.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, holy shit, like, what the fuck? What's happening? Can we not just celebrate slavery ending and, like, everybody agree that that's cool? Or, like, why do we have to fight on everything?
I think it's a fantastic celebration of how far our country's come, but also a reminder of how much more we need to move forward.
Yeah, so, what's funny about this is a lot of the people who are like, we don't need that as a holiday, are, funnily enough, the people who are like, you can't take our statues down. And they're like, so, you want to celebrate history, but you don't want the holiday. I fucking make up your minds, people. I don't get it. Like, this is a proper way to remember a shitty thing in the history of the country, and you're like, no, I don't want a fucking extra paid day off. Like,
I mean, I think we're the only country that keeps up statues of shitty things from your history.
yeah, and like yeah, like there's memorial pieces, like art sculptures about the Holocaust and other events that like happened in other countries, but those are like sculptures and like not to commemorate
or
the
like
bad
museums.
guy.
Yeah, it's not Gestapo guy standing there and like yeah.
Is that like
There's a difference of a museum to remember history versus a statue of a general that was trying to fight to keep slavery.
Yeah, I never understood that argument. They're like, oh, it's so fucking about history when like a bunch of those statues were put up during the heat of the civil rights movement, and none of the statues commemorate any of the generals who opposed slavery, which is weird. So like there's a couple Confederate generals that are like, we don't like slavery, and they're like, you don't get a statue, fuck you. So so I don't really understand what's happening.
Do you mind if I expand a little bit on the details of the timeline of Juneteenth? Because I was also going to talk about that.
Hey.
Hey.
Just for an understanding of all the dates. So Abraham Lincoln proposed the Emancipation Proclamation on January 1st, 1863, but the proclamation only applied to places under Confederate control and not to slave-holding border states or rebel areas within Union control. And Texas was the last state because it was so far away from the border states and the conflict that the Union troops could never just get to them and tell them to stop. And so a lot of slave owners actually migrated to Texas because they could get away with it.
Oh, damn.
Texas, man.
So 2 years later, in the spring of 1865, that's when General Granger showed up in Galveston, Texas, and said, hey, there's 250,000 slaves here. They're done. But the sketchy thing is that the statute read that, hey, don't actually go anywhere, slaves. Like, you have to stay at your plantations, but now you have to work for wages.
So they're just like
And obviously,
grandfathered in and hired on, kind of, in a weird way.
but do you really think that's what happened? Do you really think slave owners said, oh, you're free now, I'm going to give you wages?
Well, they could just fucking leave.
Yes.
So,
But
I mean, that's
where could they
fucking
go?
anywhere. Anywhere's got to be better. They could homestead and fuck it. Back then.
I mean, it didn't happen
Right.
overnight, but the wording was you can stay at your plantation and now you have to make wages, which also in the 1860s, it was kind of hard to get word of mouth around. And so a lot of slave owners actually hid these new rules and these new laws from slaves until after harvest season, when they finally got caught that they were breaking the rules.
Tricks.
And then December of that year, after the Galveston, Texas event, December 1965 is when the 13th Amendment got added. And then the next year, on June 19th, that was established Jubilee Day in Texas, which kind of bankrolled into Juneteenth. In 1979, Texas was the first state to make Juneteenth an official state holiday. And then this past weekend, it is a federal holiday.
Do you know? So, do we know how they settled on Juneteenth? Because I feel like Jubilee Day would be better, would be a better name than Juneteenth. Because I don't feel like like when you hear that, like, because I honestly didn't know what Juneteenth was until like I looked it up. But I feel like it doesn't really encapsulate the like how good it was supposed to be, like the fact that they were like free, right? Like,
Right.
And obviously I don't understand that side of it, but I feel like Juneteenth is like a lackluster name.
Well, I mean, 4th of July is just the day. So
Yeah.
I think
Well, I mean,
that's
it's
what they did,
Independence
but,
Day.
I mean, yeah, but what are you doing for the 4th? Not what are you doing for Independence Day? Independence from England Day. Which
I'm just saying. I feel like Jubilee Day sounds better.
well, it also puts a really positive spin on people who might not want a positive spin on that too.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
That was another thing that like came up was like, oh well, that's not even when the fucking slavery amendment was ratified. Blah blah blah. Yeah, and we weren't free American citizens on the 4th of July. That's when we declared it. Like that's so
Yeah.
the fucking war didn't end until whenever, and it's like okay,
Yeah.
so what do we do?
And it's not just speaking on black slavery either. It's any slavery that's happened and somehow is still slipping through loopholes today.
Dude, you
That
know,
it's a reminder of where we've come from and where we need to
you
go.
know what's freaking wild? I just
No.
learned this the other day. Is that during the Trail of Tears, when Native Americans were moved by force to other places, some of these Native Americans had slaves, and they took them wherever they were like put out. And I was like, that is the most bonkers thing I've ever heard. Like, it's so weird to like rationalize, like why, like, I don't know if they understood the full concept of what was happening. Maybe they were like kind of like lied to in a way, or maybe they did understand. I don't know, but it's very weird. Like, it's a weird
yeah.
thing to think about. Like, Native Americans had slaves, and they're like, we're taking them. If you're gonna kick us off our land, we're fucking taking our slaves. It's like,
Well, yeah.
okay.
Every civilization has practiced some form of like slavery.
Well, they didn't have slaves before that, though. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
you know, it's weird. It's a very weird
Oh,
thing.
okay, I see what you're saying.
Or like Liberia, you know, the country was founded by freed, like, Americans founded it and they sent freed slaves over there, and they're like, here's your country in Africa, you're welcome. And then those Americanized Africans fucking treated the Africans the same way white Americans treated them in America. It's very complicated.
Humans work funny.
It's like when I was on deployment and there's this guy from Africa and he called a black dude who wasn't from Africa the N-word, and I was like, what is that? Like, he meant it like aggressive, like he was like, fuck you,
Yeah.
blank.
Oh, like
Yeah,
hard-hearted.
and I was like, dude, I don't think I don't know if you can use that. Like, like how you said that made me uncomfortable, and you don't have like it's not the same to him. So it was like a very weird thing to witness, and that's how I felt when I learned about the Native American thing. Anyway,
All right.
now you know. Victoria's Secret. All right.
Ooh.
Remember all those super awesome Victoria's Secret fashion shows? Well, the
Yes.
Yes.
super nice ladies that were there.
And the very bedazzled body pieces.
Yeah, so those aren't going to be happening anymore. Victoria's Secret
Really?
is abandoning the Victoria's Secret Angels in like an effort to get rid of its checkered past, some tie-ins with Epstein, and just a really negative impact on image, like conscious people.
Did they hire women based off what Jeffrey Epstein said or something?
No, so they were tied into Jeffrey Epstein because Epstein managed one of the heads of Victoria's Secret money for several years and considered him a close friend of the family. So yeah, he used his connection of Victoria's Secret to coerce victims into sexual acts, allegedly. So they're like,
Wow.
yeah, we don't want to be lumped in with that guy, which understandable. I get it. I wouldn't either. So they are, instead of doing the Angels, they're doing a different thing where they're partnering up with inspirational women.
They're gonna do the fairies.
Activists and entrepreneurs to promote their new brand image of positivity and like good things. Like, oh, you don't have to just be this crazy.
I got a good tagline for him. Ready? Victoria's Secret, super cheap underwear.
That's not how they operate, though. They're super
okay.
expensive underwear. Anyway,
Dude,
Very cheap product for very expensive
there you
price.
go. So some of these people that they've included are Indiana actor and entrepreneur Priyanka Chopra Jonas and professional soccer player Megan Rapinoe, which is the lady who's been all over the news for like, we want better pay as the women's soccer team for the United States and blah blah blah. Anyway, so they're doing that. Meanwhile, people were like, oh, that's what you're gonna do? You're gonna take away the sex bots of Victoria's Secret? Well, guess what, Megan Rapinoe, you canceled. And they dig up some super old tweets from her.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
buckle up. So she was, I guess, talking to a friend who is a islander, like Hawaii, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the tweet just says, "You look Asian with those closed eyes."
that's not funny. I'm
No,
sorry.
it's not. But it's just so random, right? Especially since it's from 10 years ago. But
Yeah.
like, this is the tweet that people are like, "Oh man." But here's what I think is happening: is the actual people who are like trying to cancel her, I don't think are like the typical cancel mob. I think it's actually the uber conservative people that fucking hate this lady, and they're like, oh, fucking here we go, bud. Here's our chance to get rid of this fuck. You're taking away our sex bots, and we hate your pink hair, and you're trying to have more money and stuff as a women's soccer. You're fucking done. And this is what they're doing. That's my hypothesis. I have no idea if that's actually true. I haven't looked into any of these people, but that's my assumption, because
The entire idea of cancel culture and digging up tweets and messages and posts from years ago is so dumb.
Agreed.
Like, everybody deserves a second chance. Everybody deserves to have, like, be sat down and explain, hey, this is why what you did was wrong. And them learn from their mistakes and say, okay, I've learned. Now I'm a better person.
Yeah.
Instead of being canceled and their entire career and their livelihood get destroyed because of something 5-10 years ago. It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. And I just don't understand. Oh yeah, a friend of mine, she was talking about it. She's like, oh, it's not cancel culture. It's holding people accountable. I was like, okay, well, if you're holding people accountable, don't hold them accountable for something they said when they were a completely different person, like 10 fucking years ago. Like, I am way different than I was 10 years ago, 100%. And like, if I probably talk to myself as like from 10 years ago now, I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. Like, you are a terrible person, but I don't like you, but I respect you just because you're me. But that, like, it would be, and that's just how it would be, because dude, it's a fucking, like, you've changed. You change like literally every fucking day. And like, isn't the like the way your body like your cells fucking process and shit, like 7 years is when like the last of your cells fucking changes, so you're like physically
New taste
a whole
buds,
fucking
new
new
allergies,
person.
everything. Yeah.
So let it go. Like 10 years ago, and she didn't it wasn't like she's like out there punching Asians in the face or anything. She made one shitty comment that was probably just some inside joke between her and a friend, honestly. And like they get taken out of context and it gets blown up, and I don't fucking.
That's
Like, even with a more current issue, like Morgan Wallen with the trouble he got into, and half the people are saying cancel him for the rest of his life, never plays music ever again. The other half is saying, why are you not playing his music?
Play it
like,
all the
it's
time.
not a big deal.
Play
Like,
it more.
he has the opportunity to say, yeah, what I did was wrong.
Yeah.
I need to change my vernacular and not say that again. Like, that's inappropriate. And then come back as a learned man and say, hey, I'm a better person now. I hope you all can accept my apology and know that I've learned. But something from 10 years ago, like, come on.
that's similar to that chick now, Chrissy Teigen, that's under fire right now.
Yeah.
For all the, well, I don't know, and I don't think it's the same. I think what she did was way worse, like telling people that she hoped they died.
She's
and
Yeah.
and kill yourself.
fucked up. But at the same situation, she's fucking completely different now than she was then too. So yeah.
It's crazy to me, like nowadays, like in the current culture, like no matter if you fuck up and you apologize, it doesn't, like, someone's always just gonna be like, ah, fuck you, like, no, even if you wholeheartedly mean it, someone's gonna just be like, no, you're doing it to be famous, you're doing it for more attention,
for whatever reason.
and it's like, people can be genuinely sorry.
The fucking Greeks had it figured out. All their fucking idols and shit were all flawed. Their gods were literally based off of flaws in themselves, and they're like, we, like, our fucking people that we worship aren't even perfect, so how can we expect ourselves to be? And I think that people need to realize that nobody, I don't care who the fuck it is, nobody is going to be able to get sat in front of this fucking thing and like judged by whoever and go, oh yeah, no, you're fucking perfect, way to go. Like, like, you could go and talk to these people who are like, oh, fucking cancel this person for whatever, and be like, okay, so you've literally never done anything wrong in your entire life. And then they'll go, oh, of course I have, but I'm different. Oh, you're fucking different now. Okay, well, that's weird. That's fucking weird how that works. Oh, it only counts when it's a fucking non-famous person? That's bullshit.
One of the podcasts I listen to, he tells stories about how people will go onto social media and just completely destroy him and say the meanest things. Like, I hope you die. I hope you get in a car wreck. Like, I hope your plane crashes, whatever. Just super mean things for no fucking reason. It's a very positive show too. So it's like, I don't understand why people hate on it, but whatever. And then you like click on their Facebook profile and it's got like a Bible verse and the church they go to, and it's a picture of their kids.
Like a wholesome family that, oh yeah, and then you're like the fucking word.
And you drop those comments? Like, what?
Yeah. People are bullshit. Newsflash.
The lesson of today, people are shitty. I mean, even just look at us as a culture of a country, how far we've come in the last few decades. Like, people change. People can be shitty. People can get better.
Yeah, Shane.
What? I didn't even do anything. All right.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But you know what else changes? You know what else changes like week to week?
The fucking Billboard 200.
The Billboard 200.
Yeah.
It changes week to week.
That's what I like to hear.
Wow.
I mean, kind of.
What's it looking like
A
this
little
week?
bit sometimes.
I hate to say it, but your girl T Swift is gone.
Fuck.
Just as fast as she rose, she fell.
Oof.
So this week at number 1 is Lil Baby and Lil Durk with The Voices of the Heroes.
Oh,
There you go.
Okay.
all right.
Brand new at number 1. Solid at number 2. That's crazy. Like, she didn't even fall down any. She just disappeared.
Yeah, she's fucking gone.
Yeah. Solid at number 2 is Sour by Olivia Rodrigo, which has got, I'm pretty sure has that driver's license song on it.
Still.
Up from number 4 to number 3. Morgan Wallen's Dangerous to Double album.
Goddamn.
Yeah, I know. Down from number 3 to number 4, The Off Season by J. Cole. And then a brand new album by Tomorrow X Together, The Chaos Chapter. I don't know what kind of music that is.
No.
I'm going to go on a limb and say it's some kind of dance music. Maybe electronic stuff.
Ooh.
As a listener of electronic music, I cannot say I recognize any of those words you just said.
Me neither.
Well, their name is like all caps, like they're screaming at you.
Why are
Tomorrow
you
X Together. And then, just because we like saying it on the show, number 6, A Gangsta's Pain.
Money bag yo.
Money back out. Hell yeah.
I was really sad when you read number 5 and it wasn't that one. I was like, fuck, it was the last time I get to say
You know,
it. Okay.
for somebody that none of us, or did you listen to it, Shane?
So I've listened to one of
Nope.
his songs, but not that album.
I just like how he stayed pretty steady. Like, he's like right in there still. And I think that says a lot, you know?
Yeah. Well, from the song that I heard, he's like trap rap, which is still pretty popular. Like, it's still a popular like genre of
Yeah.
rap.
Like fucking, what's that guy with the one eyeball?
What?
White
The
guy.
one eyeball?
Yeah, Fetty Wap.
Oh, Fetty Wap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't think he's a thing anymore.
No, he's
I
definitely
think he's
not.
in jail. I think he's in jail.
Oh,
Don't quote me on that.
well, I'm gonna look.
But while
it
you're
up.
googling that, my story this week is about the space station,
Which one?
Ooh.
the International Space Station.
Okay.
The solar panels?
Yep. That's still one of your stories too?
No.
Oh, okay. It's like we really gotta talk more.
Well,
I know, right? No, talking is not fun. All right. So this week, spacewalking astronauts equipped the International Space Station with the first in a series of powerful new solar panels, overcoming suit problems and other obstacles with muscle and persistence. It took 2 spacewalks for French astronaut Thomas, oh, don't crucify me, Pesquet, and NASA astronaut Shane Kimbrough to install and unfurl the panel to its full 63 feet or 19 meters in length. The solar wing unrolled like a red carpet once the final sets of bolts were released, relying solely on the pent-up energy. The slow but steady extension took 10 minutes, with TV station cameras providing live TV views.
Nice.
he's not in jail. He just fell off. You know, like happens sometimes.
He fell off the space station?
No, Fetty Wap. He's not in jail. He just kind of fell off.
Oh, wow, okay.
I mean, that'd be cool if he fell off the station. Like that one lady in that movie,
Oh, man.
Gravity.
I never watched that
It
movie.
was pretty good.
Oh, I was thinking about the
I got seasick watching it though.
Love, Death, Robots episode
Oh,
where she goes out in space and gets untethered.
Oh, yeah, and then breaks her fucking arm off. Oh, my God!
Ugh, that was so hard to watch.
that's a great show. Anyway,
It took the spacewalk took 6.5 hours. There was a bunch of issues that stopped them and held them up,
Yeah.
but it doesn't really list the problems.
fucking.
But it says once they
space.
overcame the problems, it unrolled like paper towels.
Probably space snakes.
Space snakes.
Space snakes. Everything's in
There's
space.
literally everything in space.
But this is the first of 5 new solar wings.
Nice. Are they going to use the wings as some sort of space sail?
It says that it's just they're solar panels.
Okay, well,
They're like
I didn't
Treasure
know.
flowy.
Planet?
They're flowy
Treasure
space
Planet.
wings.
There we go. See.
It says that
I want those little blob things.
Yeah.
this is gonna be used for space tourism, but I don't know.
Space tourists.
Like,
Typical.
when the-
Space tourism.
When are we going to space?
Right now. Buckle up.
I mean, I think the article last week, Jeff Bezos was supposed to go into space on the 20th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but he's not a tourist. He's the richest
Or maybe it was
person in the
July
world.
20th.
Like,
But he was bringing a civilian up with him, even though that ticket cost like $6.8 million.
I mean, that's like giving your son a 20
Yeah.
to Jeff Bezos. You know.
You know,
Yeah.
I watched a video with an astronaut the other day, and he kept forgetting he wasn't in zero gravity anymore, and he was like dropping shit, and he was like thinking
July 20th.
he
Next
thought
month.
it was just gonna like float, and like he'd like drop his pen and like go over and like talk to the lady, and then he'd like,
Oh.
and then he looked down, and he's like, God, fucking, God damn it.
It's like when you get off a boat and you still feel like you're wobbly.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Yeah. Apparently it happens
You
in
got
space,
your
too.
sea legs on. Anyway, is that it? Is that all you
That's
got?
it for you. That's it for me. I'm not snazzy like you
Alright.
guys. I got one story and the top
Angelica.
5.
Angelica. So I had 3 stories,
Ooh.
but
Yeah, we got.
Levi and I
Hey, we
kind
We
of
tagged
really
it.
we really dove into the Juneteenth, which is whatever.
it's important.
Yeah.
All right. So my first story. On June 7th, the FDA approved Aduhelm for the treatment of Alzheimer's.
Oh, Planet of the Apes.
Very, very controversial, but I'm just going to drop the science on you.
Boy.
So it was approved using the accelerated approval pathway, kind of like our COVID vaccines. The accelerated approval can be based on the drug's effective on a surrogate endpoint. So like some really quick research and saying like, there's hope that this is going to work. And it's reasonably likely to predict a clinical benefit to patients. And it's only used for drugs on diseases or illnesses that are like really bad, like Alzheimer's and COVID. But with the accelerated approval pathway, a post-approval trial is required to verify that the drug provides the expected clinical benefit.
So they have to like go
So-
back and prove that it fucking worked later.
Yeah,
It's like-
so
it's
like,
like a
with
credit
the
card,
COVID vaccine, pretty much. I mean, like you hear the COVID vaccine saying that like it got approved for emergency use,
Right.
meaning the accelerated approval pathway. There's a little bit of evidence to prove that it's good, but then they have to go back and provide long-term data that it's actually doing what they claim. So with Alzheimer's, the specific causes are not exactly known, but there's some correlation between changes in the brain, including what's called amyloid plaques and neurofibrillary tangles.
Yeah, I got those.
Which essentially muds up your brain, neural pathways get tangled, things get crossed, and that's where your brain starts falling apart with Alzheimer's.
Say arbulary batteries.
Neurofibrillary.
Nice.
Yeah, batteries.
Words are hard after 8 p.m.
Neurofibrillary
so-
feelers. What?
With the drug that was submitted, patients receiving the treatment had a significant dose and time-dependent decrease in the amyloid plaque, and then patients that had the control or like didn't have the treatment, they didn't have any decrease in the plaque. So that was the data that said, hey, this is good enough, give us accelerated approval pathways, get it on the shelves.
Okay, so
It's super freaking controversial because it's costing patients $56,000 a year. It's an injection treatment.
Oh shit.
Some people are saying it is ridiculous that somebody's paying $56,000 a year for a medicine that might work. And there are other people saying keep it that expensive because there's no evidence it works. It's probably going to keep people from using it. So those are kind of like the two arguments.
So my question is has anybody taken it yet? Does anybody know?
Well, the FDA article that I referenced talked a lot about its initial data. Let me see how many
Yes,
numbers it
data.
gave.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Information.
There were numbers in here, but I don't want to leave a bunch of awkward
Fair.
silence. Somebody starts singing.
So I'm gonna talk about Alzheimer's and a documentary I watched called Alive Inside, which was amazing, and they used music to kind of like wake these people up a little bit from their Alzheimer's, like, I don't want to say stupor, but that's kind of what it is, right? And so they played music. They found out from the families and like from their files and shit, like music that was popular when they were like younger. And then they asked them a bunch of questions, and then like they couldn't answer anything. And then they played music that was popular back whenever. And
When they were still healthy.
and then they fucking asked them questions again, and then they started like answering them, and they were like, "Fucking yeah, bitch," and like,
Did
"Woo."
you... Was that the same that had the video of the ballerina that was listening to Swan Lake? Is that
I
the
don't-
ballet?
I don't remember. I don't. It's a whole documentary, so there's a lot in there. But
Okay.
allergies kicked up quite a bit. My fucking eyes were watering, and I was like making these weird sobbing sounds, totally allergy related. But
Yeah. Saw the dog in your
yeah,
apartment.
it was, man, it was rough, but it was very cool, very interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So with the Aduhelm test trials, there were 3 separate studies presenting a total of 3,400 patients, consisted of double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled doses, different ranges, but all patients with Alzheimer's disease. Once it's been on the market, I mean, it got approved June 7th, so I don't know if anybody
pretty
has
fresh.
actually taken it or if how many doses it takes to start seeing a difference. But Alzheimer's affects 6.2 million Americans.
That's a drop in the
Hopefully
bucket.
This is hopefully a step in the right direction because Alzheimer's is terrifying.
yeah.
So I don't know if you know this, but Levi doesn't like the so-called blue hairs. So this is a
it's
story that he
counterproductive against my
Yeah.
Against story-
I get
against
it.
Levi's, like,
Levi
there
hates
is
old
early onset Alzheimer's. I'll have you know. So there's youngish people that can get it, not super young, but I mean they're not fucking.
like me and Angelica age or what?
I don't know. Well,
Oh,
yeah, you
okay.
guys are old as fuck, but no. I don't know what like the youngest person to get Alzheimer's is, but I'm gonna look it up. I can't spell Alzheimer's, so holy shit, I did spell it right. That's fucking wild. 23 is apparently the youngest person. Hey,
Dang.
yikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we should definitely get to working on this
Yep,
medicine.
fucking fix it up. I'm gonna take it right now.
There's some wives' tale story that apparently saunas help with Alzheimer's and dementia. So next time you go to the YMCA or the gym or something, hop in the sauna. Also just keeping your brain sharp by doing
sleeping.
like crossword puzzles, Sudoku. Yes, proper sleep
Fucking
cycles.
sleep.
Dude,
But don't rot your brain away in front of the TV or in front of your Xbox.
you're asking way too
So-
much.
Yeah, this is. Well, I guess we get
do
Alzheimer's.
some brain
whatever.
puzzles.
What if you're playing
Yeah,
a
keep your
really
brain sharp.
challenging game?
Yeah. What if you're playing a puzzle game?
I mean, yeah,
Okay.
There we go.
I'm sure Call of Duty is very brain rotting.
Listen here.
But
The amount of tactics
Yeah.
that go in.
Yeah.
All right, tactic and
Yeah.
strategy. All right.
Fuck it. Let's lay it
Shane,
on
I'm on your
prison.
side. Don't worry.
Yeah. Super tactical. Yeah. Okay.
TV station, TV station, TV station. All right. So my second story. On June 11th, a 56-year-old lobster diver by the name of Michael Packard was accidentally eaten by a humpback whale.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
He-
awesome.
He was working off the coast of Cape Cod, diving for lobster. His first couple dives that morning were unsuccessful, so he had to go down again. And then all of a sudden, he said he felt like he got hit by a truck, and then it just went dark.
Has he been hit by a truck?
And he
Wait,
was like,
hold on.
"Holy shit!"
He survived.
He lived?
He survived.
I thought somebody was talking to him via Ouija board or something. I was like, how the fuck?
No.
Yeah, it felt crazy. Oh, bro, didn't you just get eaten? Yeah. He's real stubborn, though.
No, so yeah, he said he felt like he got hit by a truck. It went dark. He thought he got eaten by a great white shark, but he's like, I'm not bleeding. There's no teeth
One
in
whole
here.
gulp. Uh-huh.
What's happening? So he's like feeling around in the dark, and he's like, "Holy shit, I'm in the mouth of a
He's
whale."
like, ow! Started doing the Dory thing.
Yeah. So he's
Nice.
like beating against the whale's mouth. He can feel the whale diving deeper, coming up. He can feel the whale like thrashing around. He's getting knocked around inside the whale's mouth. So anatomically, a mouth or like the throat of a whale is too small to actually swallow a human. And he probably just got eaten on accident
Well,
when the whale was trying to
yeah,
feed.
I'm sure all whales are just super nice, and they would never. That likely fucking story whales. We're not buying it.
So because the whale could not swallow it, it's like, I need to get the shit out of my mouth. So he surfaced and spit him out, like above water,
He
and just
just
threw
yeeted
him.
him?
Just yeeted him.
This is the greatest
So his
story I've
fishing-
ever heard in my life.
So his fishing partner saw the whale breach, saw his friend get yeeted, and just land on top of the water.
Bro.
Brought the boat over there, got him back into safety. His wetsuit was like completely ruined from the sudden changes of pressure from the whale going deeper and coming up really
He probably
fast.
almost got the
And
bends.
so the doctors were really worried that he was going to suffer from an embolism. Luckily, he did not. Nothing was broken except a dislocated knee
Oh, well, that's
and
not
some
fun.
bruised up legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had some hearing problems because of the change in pressure, but he is totally fine. This man is crazy because in 2001, he also survived a plane crash in
What?
Costa Rica.
Who is this guy? He's like the fucking Dos Equis guy.
Michael Packard. He also did a Reddit AMA, which we'll link on the website if you want to go read all of his
I thought you were gonna
questions.
say something crazier that he did. I was like, what the fuck?
I
When
just
does
want
it
to
end with
point
this
out
fucker?
that this makes the Bible. This gives the Bible some fucking shit to back it up. Think about Jonah and the whale.
Right.
Jonah got eaten by a whale.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that can't happen.
Well, I mean,
I don't believe in it either, but I'm just saying
yeah, I guess. I mean,
he got
there's
eaten
a
by
lot
a whale.
of like
Apparently-
real things in the Bible though, like trees and people.
But eaten by eaten
Trees
by a
and
whale.
people.
All right,
Or
that's
like-
not. No one believes that. That's some Pinocchio shit. Eaten by a whale.
Pinocchio shit. That's some fucking thalassophobia shit right there. Like, ooh, man, if I wasn't scared of the ocean before, fuck. A fucking whale just
Yeah, he was
accidentally eats you. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He was about 45 feet deep when it
About
happened.
45 deep.
And he was stuck in there. 45 drinks deep, so he was just drunk. It was just a fake story.
I've been 45 deep before.
But he was in there for about 30 to 40 seconds. And this happened another time, not to him.
I was like, what?
Try-
This guy needs to stay away from the water.
No.
Yeah, what was? I think he look at the way he was dressed. He was probably asking for
Oh, probably.
it.
Totally.
If he's been eaten by a whale
Yep.
more than once, he's asking for it.
Yep, that's just how it works. That's fucking science for you. While you're looking that up, I saw a crazy video of a whale shark eating fish out of a fisher's net, and I was like, these motherfuckers are figuring it all out, and I am nervous because basically all fish are aliens. I don't know if you know this, but
Yeah.
they're fucking creepy.
Birds are robots.
Octopus specifically.
Dude, octopus are smart.
I know
as
that's
hell.
why they're freaky fucking.
This happened previously in 2019 off the coast of Port Elizabeth in South Africa. A bride's whale scooped up a marine conservationist while they were documenting a mass migration.
Don't like it. Don't like the water. I've never swam in the ocean, and I'm not going to. Definitely not going to now. Fuck that. Unless it was like in like a little section, because I do want to swim with a shark at some point. But
You know.
Like cage.
yeah, no, like just free swimming. No, yeah, in a cage. Come on.
You know what I'd like to do?
What?
I'd like to lose at some trivia.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah.
Whale.
Well,
I might be the right person for that.
Got it. Nailed it.
Okay. How much do you guys like movies?
Oh, Shane, you are fucked.
I know I am. I know.
I'm just kidding. That was a false
Well.
sense of confidence.
Whale.
Well,
This trivia.
It's all whale movie
is
trivia.
Yes, all whale movie
Holy
trivia.
shit.
I knew exactly this is how the conversation was gonna flow. Don't let that go over your head. Okay. guess the decade the movie was from.
Oh my god. Well, I lost.
So it can go as far back as the 60s.
Thank you for listening to West of Nowhere.
He resigned.
And is current. So it is the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s,
And today.
the 2000 and 2010s. There are no movies
2020s?
released on this list in the
What
2020s.
about
Alright,
the
bet.
1920s? Okay.
No. Latest I have on this list
1960s.
is
All right,
60s.
let
Oh,
me
I'm not gonna-
fucking condense my search fucking glossary here. Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
You good? All right, Levi.
Okay.
Back to the Future.
1980s.
1985, correct.
That's an 80.
Shane, The Avengers.
The-
Like the OG Avengers movie.
2000s.
No.
Okay.
Levi, would you like to steal?
2010s.
2010s, 2012.
Fuck.
Levi. Top Gun.
1988.
86.
It's close.
We're trying to get bonus points
Yeah.
over here.
Say it about it.
All right, Shane. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
In the 80s.
No.
Okay.
It's the 70s.
Levi. 75. Ooh.
This is gonna.
Shane, I was trying to help you with the Star Wars
strain
one.
our friendship so much. I just don't like looking at him when he's all disappointed like this.
I feel bad. I thought this was going to be a fair one.
You should have known. That's all I
Ugh.
do is watch movies. This is poor Shane.
Levi, what about Rocky?
Fuck. That's the 70s.
76.
Second guess myself, but it's close.
Shane. Jurassic Park.
Oh, there you go.
The 90s.
93. Shane is on the board.
Woo!
Levi, have you seen Frozen?
Oh yeah, tons of times. 2010s.
2013. Shane. E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
70s.
No.
What?
Levi?
What's got? Fuck. Is that? Is it the 80s?
82.
Oh man, I thought it was the 70s for sure. Cause fucking little Drew Barrymore, she's just like fucking like 6 in that
Little
movie.
baby.
Jesus Christ.
Let's see. Levi, how about The Sound of Music?
That's the 60s.
That is 1965.
If you wouldn't have put a date range on it, I would have guessed the 50s. Like if you wouldn't have told us it was
That's
like
fair.
in the 60s to 2020.
Yeah. Well, Shane, when did Jaws come out?
The 80s.
No. Levi,
Is this it's the 70s, right?
1975.
Lycan would have been all over
Leave.
that one. Yeah,
Really?
he's fucking obsessed with Jaws.
Levi, what about The Godfather?
Oh man, 70s?
1972.
Almost didn't make it.
Shane, The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, there you go.
The 10s.
Yep, 2013. Levi, Titanic.
90s.
97. Correct. Shane, what about the movie 8 Mile?
2000s.
2002. Shane's catching up. Levi, Straight Outta Compton.
Oh wait, 10s. I don't know.
2015.
I was thinking Boys in the Hood for some reason right away. I was like, fucking 90. Oh, no, wait, no.
Shane, what about Finding Nemo?
2000s.
Yep, 2003.
Fucking oceans.
Levi, I Am Legend.
Oh.
Ooh.
10s?
No.
It's the 2000s.
2007. Shane with the point steal.
I thought it was like 2011, but that's all right.
2007.
Tits.
All right, Shane. Close out the game with Saving Private Ryan.
The 90s.
1998.
Damn, that's a close one.
Yeah.
And the final score. Shane 6. Levi
27.
12.
12.
12.
27.
There were 18 questions. And he somehow got 27.
Well, yeah, I was going for bonus points, so.
All right.
Well, I thought that would be fair since it was just guess the year. But Shane, I'm sorry.
I don't care.
You just looked so upset, and then I felt bad. I was like, well,
no, I was just like, what?
I feel bad as the host.
God damn it. Oh,
All right.
boy.
Shane, if you ever want to like pick a game category, you can just like send it to
No,
me.
I'm not doing
Because
that.
I could use some brain power sometimes too. Because I try to come up with the games on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And especially if it's like an audio game, and I'm just like, I do not want to just default to general trivia.
Yeah.
No, it's all good. If you like this show and you want to see me annoyed that Levi knows way more than me about random shit all the time,
For no reason.
then guess what? Every week, you just tune right in and listen to us. We're everywhere.
On the
You can find
YouTube.
us at our Linktree, Linktree/wokpod. YouTube, like and subscribe, comment. That helps us get out there. If you don't want to, like Angelica was talking about earlier, if you don't want to give us money, which is fine,
Yeah.
Leave us a review somewhere or share us with a friend.
Yeah.
Share us with some friend who's like, I need to listen to a new podcast. Boom.
Boom.
That's enough. That's enough support.
Done. Yep.
Yeah.
What about our friends? Our friends' podcast.
Oh wow, yeah. Let's see. Kicking It with the Kellys, The Remedy Room. Then we got Dutch in Denver, which is like a kind of like this show, but a more hard conservative look on the world. But hey, if you're into that, you're into that.
Yeah. There you go.
And then
the
No New
Pimp guy?
Friends.
What's the pimp? Guy?
Oh, and then Pimp Joe podcast
Pimp Joe.
Pimp Joe
Who-
podcast.
is kind of, they ripped us off, but it's all right.
fine.
It's okay.
fine.
It's okay.
It's whatever.
It's okay.
So like just like Dungeon Never is a very conservative version of us, Pimp Joe is a very aggressive, not PC at all
Oh.
version of us.
Nice.
Oh, okay, good. There you go.
Well, there
Yeah.
you go. So
You
if
got
you're
it all.
like, I don't like how normal you guys are, then fucking skew one way or the other, I guess.
Yeah.
If you don't like woke, then go to one of them.
I don't know why you're here if you
Yeah.
either.
I was gonna
Like,
say-
honestly, I mean, we're not as bad as some people, but like, holy shit. I mean, you can get dicey. Anyway,
All right.
that's all I got. Fucking peace out.
Tip your bartender.
Later, losers.